I'm Walter. I'm 81 years old and I love my children with everything I have. I adore my grandkids and I'm proud of the lives they've built. But if there's one thing 5 decades of being the head of a household have taught me, it's this. Total transparency is a dangerous trap. Most people will tell you that as you get older, you should lean on your family for everything. They tell you to open your books, share every health struggle, and slowly let your adult children take the wheel. They call it preparing for the end. I call it surrendering your soul while you're still breathing. I kept 5 specific secrets from my family, and it was the smartest move I ever made. It didn't just save my sanity, it saved my dignity. If you want to remain the captain of your own ship after 65, you need to learn when to shut your mouth. Pay attention, because what I'm about to tell you is the difference between being a respected elder and becoming a burden waiting in a hallway. The first thing I never told my kids was exactly how much money I have in the bank. They know I'm comfortable. They know the house is paid for, but they don't know the final number. And they never will until the lawyer reads the will. You might think that's cold, but let me tell you the truth about human nature. The moment your children know exactly what's in the vault, their behavior changes, even if they don't mean for it to. It's subtle at first. Some will start treating you like a fragile glass vase they need to protect just to ensure the inheritance stays intact. Others will start borrowing for business ideas that never work or houses they can't truly afford, thinking, well, Dad has plenty. By keeping my true net worth a secret, I kept the power. I am still the provider in their eyes. I am still the one in control of my destiny. When they visit me on Sundays, I know for a fact it's because they want to see Walter, not because they're subconsciously checking on their future down payment. Money creates a fog in family dynamics that can choke the love right out of a room. Keep that fog clear by keeping the numbers to yourself. Your peace of mind is worth more than their financial planning advice. The second secret is the true state of my health. I'm talking about the daily aches, the minor dizzy spells, or that weird pain in my knee that comes and goes. I don't call my daughter for those. I call my doctor. When you start reporting every minor physical decline to your family, you are essentially inviting them to start managing your life. You mention a bad headache on Monday, and by Friday, they're talking about downsizing your home or taking away your car keys for your own safety. They do it out of love, I know that. But love can be the quickest path to a nursing home if you aren't careful. I keep my minor struggles between me and my physician. It allows me to maintain the image of the strong, capable patriarch. I don't want my son looking at me with that look of pity every time I stand up slowly from my chair. I want him to see a man, not a patient. Keeping your health private keeps your independence public. Don't give them the ammunition they need to protect you right out of your own front door. If it's not life-threatening today, they don't need to hear about it today. The third secret is the most dangerous one of all. The specific details of my will. My family knows I have a plan in place, but they have absolutely no idea what's in it or how many times I've changed it over the last 10 years. Nothing tears a family apart faster than the expectation of an inheritance. I've lived long enough to see brothers stop speaking for 20 years over a grandfather clock or a piece of silver. I've seen sisters go to war over a small patch of land before the body was even cold. By keeping the details a total mystery, I prevent that pre-grief greed that poisons so many family holidays. More importantly, It gives me the absolute freedom to reward character and loyalty. If one of my grandkids disappears for 3 years and only calls when they need a tuition check, I can adjust my legacy without a formal family meeting or an argument. I don't owe anyone an explanation for what I do with what I earned with my own sweat. Keeping your final wishes a mystery ensures that your family treats you with respect based on who you are today, not what you're leaving them tomorrow. It keeps the focus on the relationship, not the transaction. The fourth thing I never share is the full weight of my past mistakes. We all have skeletons, don't we? We all have choices we made in our 20s or 30s that we aren't proud of. My kids see me as a moral compass. They see me as the good man who worked 40 years, stayed loyal, and never wavered. I let them keep that image. I don't have some burning need to confess my youthful indiscretions or my professional blunders to them just to feel authentic. Your children don't need to be your therapists, and they don't need to see the cracks in your foundation. Sharing too much of your dark side doesn't bring you closer. It only diminishes their respect for the life you've built. Some things are meant to be taken to the grave. Let them have the hero they believe in. It gives them something to strive for in their own lives. My peace comes from knowing my legacy is untarnished in their eyes, even if I know the truth of my own flaws. The final secret, and perhaps the hardest one to keep, is my deepest fear about the future. At 81, I think about the end more than I'd like to admit. I think about being alone. I think about a world that is changing into something I no longer recognize. But I never tell them how much it scares me. If I show them my fear, they will try to comfort me by taking over. They will start making decisions for my own good because they think I've lost my nerve. I've realized that as an aging man, my silence is my greatest shield. By facing my fears privately, through my own reflection, my own faith, or by talking with friends my own age who actually understand, I remain the rock of this family. When my grandkids look at me, they see a man who isn't afraid of the dark. That gives them courage in their own lives. My peace of mind comes from knowing I am still the protector, even if the only thing I'm protecting them from is the reality of my own mortality. I know some of you watching this will say, "Walter, that sounds lonely. Shouldn't family be there for everything?" My answer is simple. There is a sacred space in your soul that belongs only to you. When you give that away to your family out of a misguided sense of honesty, you lose the very thing that makes you an individual. You become a project to be managed instead of a person to be loved. I'm 81 years old, and I've never been more at peace. My children visit me often. We laugh, we eat, and we talk about the world. They respect me because I haven't handed them the tools to dismantle my life. Keep your secrets. Keep your bank account private. Keep your health scares between you and the professionals. And for God's sake, keep your will under lock and key. Your family doesn't need to know everything to love you. In fact, they might love you more when they don't have the burden of managing your secrets. I want to hear from you now. Am I being too harsh, or have you noticed the same pattern in your own family? Have you ever shared too much with your kids only to have it blow up in your face? Tell me your story in the comments below. I read every single one of them, and I've got all the time in the world to listen to what you have to say. If you found value in these hard truths today, please subscribe to the channel. I share these stories from my long walk home so you don't have to make the same mistakes I did. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next conversation. My name is Walter, and I'm glad we had this talk. Stay strong, Stay silent when it matters, and keep your peace.